off last, though, you guys, I think you guys, I can't remember if you guys did some a little bit of the prep or if that was all done and you guys went straight here because the prep was done. I think there was a little bit at the beginning of the session, but the main highlights of the session were you guys came back to the Doomsday Door. Ghost showed up again and tried to stop you from doing anything there because, of course, you did. Because you guys took a couple days to like prepare to come here. In
Yeah.
particular, you guys needed to prepare against the like the effects of being here because they're kind of dangerous and severe.
Yeah.
Um, so you guys had that covered for at least a couple hours. You're
Mhm.
not sure if that's going to be like enough, but it's at least letting you guys like see what you're getting, what is over here.
Why
Um,
not?
I think so far you guys have only been here for maybe like 20 or 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, you guys went through you guys did the ethereal jaunt to go get the key. You opened the door, um, which did in fact lead to the realm of Grotus, which is also like the deity. Um, and you're on the surface of the moon, floating above the boneyard, and um, there's kind of there's like a circle of all these other doors, including the one you guys went through, which is still cracked open, and a path that was like kind of leading from there, which you guys are following. So far, the only actual thing you've encountered has been a group of Proteans who showed up and said they basically didn't like you being here. They took affront to it and tried to attack you. And that's kind of where we ended. One of them, I think, actually technically is still here. It's just that he turned himself to stone with his own ability.
Yeah, that's right.
Um, although you guys had damaged him quite a lot before then too.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you guys are currently here. You guys do have some protection from the aging effects of, because you know that things age out and uh age quicker in this place. Um there's also like you can kind of barely hear this. There's like a barely audible like whispering words of madness basically that you hear like at the back of your mind. But fortunately, the planar adaptation spell is also protecting you from that. And you know that any spell that you cast on here, unless you use a spell that counteracts it, have the fleeting spell effect. So basically, you can counteract it by using the extend spell or the tenacious spell that a magic feats to basically turn it into a normal spell. But otherwise, spells by default have fleeting spell added to them. And yeah, that's where we left off. You guys are currently still here. I believe your planar adaptation, the duration, is it one of those ones where it was split or does it just have a flat duration?
What?
Okay. So I think it was like, was it 10 minutes per level? So you guys get it for like an hour and a half. Is that correct? Hold up. Let me look up planar adaptation. Oh, no, it's hours per level. So you guys have it for quite a while, actually.
Yeah, we cast it before we went in, so it'd be longer. It doesn't
Yes,
have the
yeah,
fleeting.
it wasn't affected by the fleeting spell.
Yeah.
In addition, it's giving you energy resistance versus cold, which I decided was the most prevalent of energy types that you would run into there.
All right.
Okay, so yeah, you guys would have it for probably um like 12 hours or something. I think like quite a while because it would just.
I think we have another one. We have two. We got two scrolls, I think. But I'm not sure. You might have only got one.
I think we got one, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think you got
Hmm.
one, but like I said, it lasts hours per level.
The other
so.
scroll we bought was plane shift, if that's what you're thinking of, so we could get.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's what it was.
Yeah. And I have that, and I can cast that. You know, if I don't roll a 1 or something, or maybe I auto cast.
Yeah, that was like one of your emergency.
Yeah, if our plane
Emergencies,
gas is
if
gonna
you
run
need to go
out
there.
and we're stuck,
Yeah.
yeah. Yup.
All right. So, what would you guys like to do? Having defeated the Proteans, I think it was an Imahet and a.
Loot.
I don't think they have any
I
loot
don't
on
think
them.
they had any loot,
or
but
Imintesh rather. It was an Imintesh.
I would like to loot.
And 3 Nownets. Don't believe they have any treasure on them, but I can double check.
Okay.
Treasure, none. Unlucky.
They're very plain.
I mean, if one of them turned to stone, you can maybe break a piece off of them and call it loot if you want.
Yeah, it's okay.
True, you could bring with you a large statue of an Imintesh.
Yeah, I can't quite carry that. It's close. I almost have enough strength as a tiny bunny. I don't know what I mean. We were just like wandering, or we were following the
There was a path
path.
you were following. Yep.
Yeah, so I guess we just keep following the path unless we see anything else interesting right now. That's my vote, at least.
Right.
All right. You do so then. Path continues on for probably another 15 or 20 minutes, and you notice that there seems to be like you seem like you're coming to on the horizon. The landscape looks like it's coming to like an edge.
Okay.
And as you get closer, you see that indeed you are coming to the edge of a cliff. Seems that you perhaps are on a large plateau, perhaps. Um, it looks like you can't really see. Like it kind of curves. This cliff edge kind of curves away from you in both directions, almost like you're looking into a giant bowl.
Okay.
And yeah, it looks like there is what looks like a very, very precarious looking narrow path that kind of zigzags its way down the edge of this cliff into the bottom of this chasm.
Oh,
Right.
before we continue, can we get Vander some healing? He's looking a little
Yeah.
bit roughed up.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be
I
fine.
don't want him dying again.
Mm.
I can Wand of Cure Light unless we want to do something else.
I don't have anything.
We have the time.
Let's see. There's 3. Let's go again.
That's for myself. Should be another.
So I healed you for 11 so far. Did you apply that already?
Yeah.
Or... Okay,
Did the
so you're still really
Proteans
hurt.
acknowledge Pedriarch's name
Go
like they knew
again.
him?
You don't think they seemed to acknowledge it. Like you guys mentioned Pedriarch to
Yeah.
him, but yeah, it didn't seem like they had any particular reaction to him.
Okay.
Okay, so there's another. So it's 11 and then another 9. How much health do you have? Do you have a lot more gone?
Yeah, I'm about half health right now.
Here's a 7.
He got almost downed in that fight. Like,
Yeah, he took a lot of damage.
Yeah.
And here's a 5.
I think pretty much the only people that took any damage were Vander and Shazra.
Okay, we'll do
but-
one more. We'll put us at
I
20
took,
uses on the wand.
like,
Only
10.
2.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess a few other people might take on a little bit of damage because I know the
one
Imitesh,
more.
one of the effects that he can get was like
There we
his
go, another
damage.
7.
All right. That puts me close.
Okay, cool.
But I know
Well-
most of their attacks were on Vander and Shazar, which makes some sense. They were the ones up
Yeah.
in melee with it.
Yep.
19 charges left on my wand after all that.
Alright.
Alright, and then I guess we continue the path to this bowl edge.
Yes, that's what I was saying.
And
So
there's a precarious path, you said.
yes, so there's a precarious path that seems to zigzag down the mountain. It looks like you can't see it. Like you can't really see the bottom of this chasm. It's just like it's like looking down into it. It just goes into darkness.
Is this like
Um,
moon thing we saw? Like
can I
above
see
the
in
chasm or
darkness?
something?
What's that? Zidarium, what were you asking first? I guess.
Oh, I asked if like aren't we seeing like a moon or some kind of celestial body in the sky? Is that like above
No.
No,
the
we're
chasm?
on the moon.
Oh,
we're
on
on
the moon.
You sort of. So actually,
Yeah.
what you see it what
Yeah,
you
what did
see
we
kind of in the
see?
sky is you see the spire.
Oh, okay,
It-
okay.
You see the spire basically of
But
Pharasma.
is the spire a okay, it's not like close though.
No, it's quite a ways away.
Okay, that's all. And then Matt was asking something else about
Okay,
seeing in
what-
the darkness.
So like dark vision isn't helpful here because it's more that it's like so far down that like yeah, you just can't see with dark vision. It looks like it goes down like maybe thousands of feet, and that's part of why there's no light reaching down there.
Rat. Mhm.
Okay.
Everyone can roll me a perception check though.
I will, but I can only see 60 feet.
Okay, noted.
Let me get that perception check. Let's see. There we go.
Not great rolls.
Vander still. Hopefully.
Maybe Vander will notice.
Mm.
Is Ron there? Or did he get pulled away?
What, like he has a wife and kid or something?
Yeah, I mean that's what I figured. He's not there. I can roll his
I'm here.
perception.
What do you need?
Oh, I just need a perception roll.
Kill.
We're hoping you're all high. Oh, there we go.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good roll. All right. So Vander's the only one that notices there is actually someone that you spot basically hovering above this chasm, quite a distance away, which is why nobody else spots her. It's not like doesn't seem like she's trying to hide necessarily. It looks like it looks like a armored warrior
Oh,
who is basically just floating in air above this chasm, like appraising you.
Hmm.
I'll allow them to praise me.
Appraising.
Shazza.
It looks like they're, like I said, it looks like someone that is heavily armored and is holding a spear.
There are, and you said they're floating.
Yes. They have sort of a humanoid looking appearance, at least.
Okay.
So do we all know that there's some kind of strange warrior looking at us?
Vander knows. I don't know. I don't know about the rest
Yeah.
of you. Depends if Vander tells you or not.
I don't mind if he doesn't. I'm still gonna go forward. Oh, I'm gonna cast. I'm gonna drink this potion that I bought before.
Okay.
This potion of or I'm gonna use this scroll of bestow planar infusion too.
Bestow planar infusion 2. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that was my homework.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I gained the improved infusion of the current plane.
Pluto
Alright.
is buffering.
Yeah, hold on a minute.
That's fine. That's fine. Take your time. Just giving them stuff to do.
Yeah, well, usually it gives you like the basic version usually gives you an ability, and then sometimes they're all abilities. A lot of times it's spell like abilities as well, though. So I'm gonna say you get the basic and the improved version of what it would be. Okay, so for the improved version, the improved thing it's going to give you, it's going to let you cast Confusion once per day as a spell-like ability.
All right.
And the basic one is going to give you a +2 bonus on will saves versus anything that's mind affecting. And it'll be a circumstance bonus. I'll stack with anything.
Okay. Gotcha. That's good.
Yeah, that's very good.
I feel infused.
Let me just make sure I. And if you manage to get a hold of the greater infusion, then it would let you cast Word of Chaos
Nice.
or Chaos Hammer, whatever the name of that
Like
spell
something
is.
to look into.
Yeah. There's a specific one I'm thinking of, but I think it's called Word of Chaos. Let me just double check. Yeah, Word of Chaos is the one I was thinking of. Okay.
What's our objective? Trying to find Patriarch, right? Or see what he
Yeah,
did.
kind of. You know that Pedriarch came in through that same portal that you did at some point,
Hmm.
and then he came back out and hid the key on the ethereal plane. You're not 100% sure. Well, I think you guys know a little bit from when you guys researched about what he was planning to do. I don't know if anybody else remembers this. You guys remember why he was why he was going here specifically?
Yeah, we haven't figured that out.
Um,
We're trying to.
You guys understand at least vaguely what he was trying to do here.
I always thought that he was trying to like pull other deities like from here into a different place or something, but I don't know.
I think
Well,
that was kind of what you guys have like postulated, because like you don't know for sure, but like you guys did find the stuff that he wrote that was in Sothis
mhm.
that kind of talked a little bit about what he wanted to do.
Wasn't there like some weapon or something here? Or am I just making that up?
Mm. I don't know, it's not ringing any
Oh.
bells, but
Okay.
yeah, I might have implied that worded in a different way, maybe.
Guess. So there's that person flying over there.
Yeah, who Vander's? I don't know if Vander's told you guys about, but
Yes, I did.
mention it.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, if Vander points it out, most of you probably would be able to, other than Billy, would be able to like spot her as well. Maybe Shazra and Aoife would have a hard time because they don't have great perception modifiers, but Razok, you have almost as good a modifier
Yeah.
as Van. You can definitely like see her once she's pointed out.
He puts an arrow to his bow and just holds it there.
She's holding a weapon too. Looks like a spear. If you have knowledge planes, you may roll that to try to see what's going on here, maybe.
Can I do that off of the description from my party members, or do I need to see myself?
I'll let you do it with the description, just at a higher DC. All right, Billy, even not actually being able to see, you think that the being that they're describing might be a Valkyrie.
And what do I know about Valkyries?
So you know that Valkyries they are like chaotic outsiders that tend to wander other planes they look for battle, and they also look for warriors to like bring back to join their ranks.
Oh, well, we have a retirement plan, perhaps. I will share this with the party. Yep.
So she wants to fight us?
I don't know. She's just staring.
Maybe.
She hasn't made any moves, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
no,
would
I
say
don't
just
think
be wary, and if we don't
Which means we
anything
should
too
make the first
sus,
move.
then they probably won't bother us. They're just watching.
I yell at her, "Hey, you!"
So I tell the party, don't do anything suspicious, and then
I'm gonna
if
conceal
Cosmo
my
yells,
weapon.
"Hey, you!"
yeah.
Okay. If you yell out, "Hey, you!" like she
I
does
point my sword at her.
Oh
fly
dear.
over.
I said right before we started. I don't know if you guys were in the chat yet, but I was telling Pluto, Shazar doesn't need any excuse to pick a fight with people from another plane of existence.
All right, so yeah, As she comes, as she moves closer to you, you start hearing like this kind of faint, this faint like crackling of electricity around her.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say I start hearing bells. Like she came
No.
with her own like boss music.
Do I know anything about Valkyries in terms of strengths and weaknesses, abilities, that kind of stuff?
You know that that you need cold iron or lawful to get through their damage reduction. They're immune to cold, electricity, and poison, and they resist acid and fire, and they also have spell resistance.
Do they typically fight like with martial weapons or
Yes,
spells?
in fact, they are very, very proficient at fighting with martial weapons. They do have spell-like abilities as well. Some of them are, most of them are like kind of healing or like divine, uh, like they're not actually divine casters, but they're mostly spells that would normally be like on a like similar to what a cleric might cast.
Okay, before the Valkyrie gets over here, I cast Freedom of Movement on myself. Because I'm a scared bunny.
Your freedom movement will last for only half of its normal duration.
Extended freedom of movement.
Okay.
Aha. So last normal duration.
I asked the
Do you
Valkyrie, are
cast
you
it
here
one
to
level
challenge us?
higher then?
Well, Pluto, I happen to have magical lineage trait
For freedom of movement?
for specifically freedom of movement that I called out at level 1.
Okay.
And it's been there this entire time, so
I
Yeah, he's
didn't
been waiting
remember.
to cast it.
yeah.
I didn't remember, but it sounds like something you do. So.
I definitely specifically mentioned it because of this, and I've used it this way multiple times by now.
Okay. No, you
So.
probably haven't. I just didn't remember.
That's what I do. That's all. I'm just scared of
Waited
being like
all
grabbed as a
game.
bunny.
To cast freedom of movement.
Yeah, she lands and says, "I don't know yet. I hadn't decided. I have come
Well,
to this seeking powerful foes. You seem an
well,
anomaly here, which does suggest that perhaps you are powerful.
I am
but-
a powerful foe. We are looking for a powerful enemy ourselves.
Expected as much.
Have you heard of Pedriarch?
No. Tell me more. He is.
I tell the Valkyrie that we're here for a dragon, and that this dragon, mighty and ancient, has prolonged his already long life through magical necromantic means. He means to wage war against the gods, which of course is a foolish thing, but he's caused a considerable amount of trouble on our material plane. And I, my companions, and my closest one here, my sword, seek
Nuh-uh.
to
I hope
destroy
you're talking
him.
about me.
I lift up Efoot. My pet troubadour here, Efoot. Efoot is just here to make me fight better.
Oh.
She does a good job, though. But technically, the sword makes me fight very well.
All right, roll a diplomacy check.
Okay. Let me go find my diplomacy. Diplomacized. Oh, I was almost 15.
Yeah, she doesn't seem actually particularly interested. She says, "I've fought dragons before. They aren't as clever as they think."
I mean, I have a sneaking suspicion, too. I don't think this one has been challenged by anyone competent, so we're looking to change that. In fact, I've already defeated him in my dreams. I say with a
Technically
completely straight face.
Yeah. No bluff check needed.
No.
She sighs and says, "Well, I wish you luck in your battle, but it seems our paths must go elsewhere.
Why?
This does not sound like the fight I am looking for."
Hold on. Are you saying that we aren't mighty enough for you?
Oh no.
Don't let it hurt your pride too much.
Shh. Oh, you heard
There
it.
are few in the multiverse mighty enough to challenge me. Billy would know that you guys probably actually could take her, although she would be a very difficult challenge for this party. Like a Valkyrie's typical strength would be like, yeah, it'd be a high CR basically.
I will advise we don't fight the Valkyrie. I say,
I tell
very
her
well,
I
on your
will
way.
believe the strength of someone who looks like a bargain bin angel. Too much for a devil to handle.
And then you're trying to intimidate her as well.
Yeah, I didn't roll very good.
Yeah.
I'm a
Oh
little
dear.
off today.
She says, "Perhaps once you've survived more battles, we will meet again."
That sounds
And
good.
she
Bye.
begins to turn her back towards you and looks like she's going to drift away from you, unless you would like to do something else.
I'm noticeably miffed.
Okay. And then she
I
starts.
prepare to cast silence on Shazar. No.
I don't think you could even do
I
that.
have
'cause
silence spell.
also, yeah, I don't think you can do a prepared action for silence unless you
No,
have
I know.
quicken silence spell or something.
I didn't mean to prepare it. I just meant like if Shazar starts opening his mouth again, I would just make him stop talking. But
So
yeah, it would take too long.
she begins to fly away.
I do yell back at her that we will meet again and we will cross swords.
Okay. So she actually flies.
I look to the others and I say, I'm feeling really put out, you guys.
It actually looks like she's flying down into the chasm that this trail leads into, though.
I've never met someone I couldn't goad into a fight. I'm gonna let somebody else take the lead. I have to think about
I just ruined my whole day.
this. Yeah.
I guess Razak he doesn't really know where we're supposed to be going, but he will say the thing that we fought took off in that direction. Maybe there's something over there we can find.
Aren't we like going down a hole?
Are we going down the chasm?
I don't know.
Well, we gotta go down a windy thing.
You don't have to, but that is where the path seems to lead. That
Okay.
led from
That's where the roads are going.
yeah, it's where the path from where all the doomsday doors were leads to.
All right. I guess he'll start walking down it.
So it is a very narrow and precarious path, and you basically have to go in like single file for the most part, other than like
Mm.
maybe probably Billy like doesn't have to worry about that, but for everyone else pretty much it's yeah, it's like single file line the whole way down. And as you are getting deeper, of course, the ambient kind of light that you're getting seems to that's like reflecting off the surface of this moon that you're walking on, and coming from like the motes um, in the astral plane above. Um, you're losing that illumination. Probably not really a problem because you guys have access to spells like light. Um,
Mhm.
Although, somewhat annoyingly, you find yourself having to recast light more often than you would normally expect.
Oh no, it's terrible.
It's just fleeting light.
I just
Have
cast
to use your cantrip now every 5 minutes instead of every 10 minutes or whatever.
Hmm.
yeah,
Probably even longer than that. I think light's like a 10 minutes per level.
10 minutes per level. Yeah, so it's
Mm.
fine.
I mean, it's still you still get like 45
I
minutes
have
out
an
of it.
ever burning lantern, so I'll just have that out.
Yeah, that works too.
Yeah, but its duration is going to be halved.
Psh,
I
it's forever duration.
I toss up my ion torch. Little floating orb of light.
Yep. It has cracked ion stone with a continual flame cast on it.
Yeah.
Don't get hit by AoE.
Mhm.
I had one of those, or I have one of those in Secrets game, I think. I never take it out because I'm afraid of it getting hit.
Hmm.
Why someone breaks my iron stone?
Yeah.
You just pull out another one.
Well, I got it like level 1, so I never used it early. Now I guess I would.
You better
But
use it before you lose it.
I think I've used it like once or twice in the game.
Wait, is that in Crimson Throne? You have an iron stone?
Yeah. Because I'm playing the
What?
paladin that uses light armor, so it's like, what do I spend this gold on? I just bought an ion stone at level 1.
What?
Yep.
Was it just the light ion stone? Like that generates
Right.
light?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes more sense. I was
Yeah.
thinking it
No,
was like,
it's like 50 or 70 gold or something.
all right, that's fine.
75.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking
Once
that
I found those, I was like, screw getting torches.
they're really useful actually.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going down the path.
Yeah, using light. It does seem like eventually you get to a point where like you're no longer like on a cliff. You've hit a spot where it started to curve out, and now you're almost just on like a hill. The path's like considerably widened out now. Um,
Mhm.
and eventually you start hearing kind of like the sound of like whenever you guys are like talk to each other, or like just even as your feet are shuffling, it starts to sound a little more echoey.
Echoey.
You probably would realize then that at some point you actually have ended up underground.
But we can still look up and we still see like I don't know.
At some point you
It's just
stop.
darkness.
Yeah, at this point now it's just when you look up, you just see darkness.
Hmm.
Um,
Okay.
He will take his ion stone out of the sky and he hands it to Pander. He says, "You can use this more than I can," and because he has dark vision, that way he has light.
is Vander the only one that doesn't have dark vision? I think he is actually.
Yeah, keeps
Yeah,
it.
Gonku
Keep
doesn't have dark
well,
vision either.
yeah, he keeps it hands free too. So that's where it's.
Gonkul's casting light on for himself every once in a while.
I mean, I have dark vision.
I'm saying everybody except for Vander has dark vision.
Oh, okay.
All right, who wants to roll a percentage roll for me?
I can.
Whoever gets to their dice first, I guess.
Oh,
3 or 79? Which one do you
I-
like
I
more,
see
Pluto?
three.
I'm
Show
going
you.
with the first. I'm going with the first one.
3. 3.
I like the 3 more anyways. It's more extreme.
So yeah, you're going along. At some point, you get to a point where like you guys are kind of in like a cave, but it narrows down a bit,
Mm.
and then eventually you run into a part where it branches, and you're not sure which way you're supposed to go next. There's a path to the left and a path to the right.
Dang it! I didn't know we'd have to find paths in this game.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this can be solved very arbitrarily.
How?
By simply choosing a direction.
Right.
This was my plan for this session, by the way. I'm just gonna put a left or right in front of them and see how long it takes them to decide.
I'm gonna go left.
Do we see any
It
difference
is.
between the left and the right?
Yeah, I was gonna say roll a perception check. The path to the right looks a little wider, maybe, whereas the one on the left looks like it is, at least initially, a narrower path.
Does
I'm
it look
gonna-
like a dragon could fit down either one?
You gotta remember
You
that
don't
he
think a
could change.
full-size Pedriarch could,
he-
but yeah, you
He
know
could
that.
change forms.
Ah,
I mean, my perception wasn't that good, but I'm gonna roll survival to see if what path's more worn,
are there any footsteps or anything?
Okay.
like worn down, like has like more traffic, basically, has had more traffic. Rolled a 1 on my perception, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Well, screw that."
Survival check, though, you do think that despite it being narrower, the path on the left does look like it has more traffic going up and down.
And
He
it's not
nods
just because
his father.
Shazar just went that way.
Well, yeah, but he nods to Strada. I think that's the right path, and he'll follow, even though Strada said that he doesn't want to lead. So
He changed his mind. He's feeling better now.
yeah,
Okay, we'll go left.
I'm not gonna let something as banal as decision stop me.
All right. So you guys are heading down this path. There's eventually you get to a room where it kind of opens up into a wider, like a bigger cavern, where it looks like there's like a path that leads into this cavern, and it looks like it kind of spans over a spot where like a path kind of winds around underneath it. And it's noticeable when you get in here that there's kind of a it almost seems like you know how you have these like voices kind of chirping in the back of your mind that you're able to kind of ignore. It seems like almost seems a little harder to ignore. It almost seems like they're a little bit louder here. Um, but then you also realize that that maybe that's just an illusion created by the fact that there is wind kind of blowing through these chasms on the ground, like an updraft
curves and all
coming
that
from
stuff.
there.
Does it seem like the voices, if I focus on them, does it sound like they're telling us to go one way or another, like take the lower underpass or keep going where we are?
Do you try to listen to the voices?
Yeah.
Or we'll save.
Button. I
Uh,
got
you
31.
you try to listen to it, and as you do, like your perception warps for a second, and you almost have a panic attack, but you're able to shake free of it.
Okay, I say don't listen to the voices. The voices are bad.
Yep.
They're
That's all
not
I
as
got.
loud as my inner thoughts.
So I guess we just keep going then
Yeah.
on the path we're on.
Pay no mind to the strange mumbles and murmurs.
All right. Go ahead and have everyone roll another perception check for me, if you would.
Perception.
Perception.
Ah. Ah.
Jeez. My guy is not rolling perceptions. It's 2 net ones on a perception.
Yep. I'm dice just like rolling low.
All right, I'm gonna pull you guys to a map.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, looks like I re-rolled. Okay, good. Okay, go ahead and make sure you guys are kind of where you would be, like kind of a marching order.
Mm-hmm.
The front is Shazra.
Yep, you guys are heading.
Right behind them.
away, and it loops back around and goes under this path that you guys came across.
All right, pretty cool.
Credit for this dungeon or this map is the bottom corner there.
I need the 3D mode and Fantasy Grounds to view this map properly.
Yeah, I don't think it would actually work, even if I was using Fantasy Grounds.
Is there, so we're underneath the path, but are we like in a tunnel or is it
Yeah, you guys
open
are in a
air?
cave. So this area over here is kind of up in the air. This is like a slope down this
Okay,
way.
so there's no, the ceiling's like way up above us. It's not like we're
Yeah.
like
Correct.
in a
Yeah.
cramped. Okay.
It's a very cavernous part of
Okay.
this tunnel.
All right.
And then
Mostly what I was.
these are holes that go down. There's like an updraft of wind coming through them, but yeah, they're holes that go down into the abyss, as far as you can tell.
Okay.
How long have we been walking since the Valkyrie, roughly?
Since the
How long
Valkyrie, it would have been about probably 25 minutes.
Okay, so my freedom movement is definitely still on.
Yes.
And so it's probably only been like what 45 since we entered here.
Yeah, maybe. It's been
Hour.
it's been a little less than an hour, probably.
All right. Right.
Okay. So there will be for Shazra and Billy, there's going to be a surprise round as you notice that some of the stone nearby you is started to like shift into a fleshy form.
This looks like the spell Stone to Flesh.
Kind of, yeah. It's almost like if somebody had cast Stone to Flesh, or rather Flesh to, Stone to Flesh, except they did it on like regular stone, you know. It just makes
Oh,
a
wonderful.
nasty
That's
amorphous blob of flesh. That's sort of what these look like. These creatures now they're only like partially turned in. mechanically, this ability they're using to turn from a stone form into this tumorous flesh is
Fuck are these?
a full round action. So their surprise action is doing half of their transformation. But Shazra and Billy will get a surprise round to do a standard action as well.
Okay.
So, but everyone can roll initiative.
Okay. Ah, almost a 20. Was close.
Others.
I got 20 on one of mine. All right. So for the surprise round, Shazra, what would you like to do?
Can I knowledge these things?
Yeah, knowledge or knowledge planes. You know that these are Kleepoths, or however you pronounce that.
Oh, they're
They're
demons.
sort of, yeah. They're like they're proto demons.
Okay.
They're from the abyss. They've been in the abyss longer than demons. They are chaotic. They are evil, chaotic outsiders.
Yeah, these are troublesome.
These ones in particular, are a amorphous, like almost ooze-like in some ways, type that what they usually tend to do is they tend to try to engulf their anything and like devour
Mm.
them using acid damage, basically. Um,
I'm assuming they just make tentacle attacks or slams or something like that.
yes, they make slams with grab, and then once they grab you, they try to engulf you, basically.
Are they actually amorphous in that they cannot be critical?
That is correct. They are actually
Okay.
um
Do they have any resistance to fire?
um they do resist fire, but they aren't immune to it. They are immune to acid and cold, as well as any mind affecting effects and poison.
Are they resistant to electricity?
Yes, resistance to electricity and fire, and they have spell resistance.
Okay. So it sounds like I shouldn't use any energy damage. Like,
Yeah, they're pretty much
I
res-
can't keen it
You can
either.
use Sanic.
pretty much resistant to all elemental damage.
Yeah, unfortunately, if I wanted to use sonic damage, I think that's like another Magus, like a Arcana or something. It's not something I can just do.
Yeah.
I don't even
I'm
know
gonna
if there's
use
another
my surprise action to just put I'm gonna cast shield on myself.
And then Billy, you also get a surprise round. These actually were close
Uh-huh.
enough for you to be able to notice them.
I'm gonna need a little bit of a description of where are these things coming out of? Like, are there walls? Or are they below us on the like cliff
Oh,
edges?
yeah, they're like on the cliff edges. They're kind of basically kind of just peeking above them. They are clinging to the walls on the side there, though.
But aren't they still like transforming out of stone into flesh?
Correct. So what is going on here is they have an ability that lets them turn into, it's called stony form. It takes them a minute to go into the stony form. They can emerge from the stony form as a full round action. So they're basically doing the thing where they're splitting their full round action into 2 standard actions. And then doing so also leaves it staggered for 1 round. So yeah, right now they're not fully in their fleshy form yet.
Okay. I have a couple options here. I'm trying to determine how this is gonna work. Well, you know what? I'll just do it and you can tell me what happens if anything special. Maybe nothing special happens. I'm gonna Earth Trimmer in a cone towards these two on my left. And they're part rock. The ground is rock. They're like on the cliff edge. I don't know. Maybe something happens. But that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, it's a blood red tumorous mass that is shifting cluster of wavy tentacles sprouting from its amorphous form, and it's pulsing
So
with a horrid vitality. So let's see. You put stony form and earth tremor in here. I mean,
20-foot cone directly left of me. It turns into difficult terrain, but I'm hoping just with the precariousness of their position, maybe it makes them like lose their grip or
you're
something.
gonna these two that are over here, basically.
Correct.
Okay.
And if not, they're gonna take some damage, if nothing else.
Does that include spell resistance? No. Okay, that's good.
Yes.
And then they make reflex saves. Okay. All right. So yeah, these two actually both fail their saves and
Ha!
They
fall
just
off
All
the
right.
edge there.
All right, good job. Good
Ground
job, Rabbit.
as the earth that they're all clutched to collapses below them.
Okay, and I tell the party, watch out over here. It's rough terrain and maybe unstable.
All right, good. That's a good surprise round then.
I'll take it.
All right, first round of combat.
I'm not sure how the rabbit caused such violent vibrations in the earth, but good job.
I struck the force and released a tremor of seismic force, obviously.
What did you do? Like hop really high?
I'm a lot heavier than I look. I hold my weight well.
Did you come down with tremendous force?
Yeah.
Razok, is your turn. You now see as well. Two of them just fell down into the abyss.
All right.
Not the probably not the actual abyss, but that they came from, but an abyss at least.
Yeah. I guess he'll fire at one all around.
Okay.
Just give me a sec. I think I gotta rework my bow. I haven't really been paying attention to its damage stuff, but I'll just do it as I am right now. And they're actually my favorite enemy. So
Oh, evil outsiders. Yeah, nice.
chaotic outsiders.
Chaotic
is
outsiders, even better. All right.
Yeah. So he's in a full round. A full round, the one that's like straight up at the top of the map. And let me put and full round.
All right. Let's see here. Are these guys? I think they're. Actually, it's a little lower. Okay, so it is versus it's flat-footed. But they're still in the rock form. Okay, so the 24 hits, and they're both 24, so they both hit.
All right.
Is that including the favorite enemy? Is that in there already?
Yeah, that's added.
Okay, and then
like I said, I have to rework some of it. But I plugged in all this stuff.
Yep, and that good damage also goes through.
Right.
And I believe it makes your whole damage count as good aligned for damage reduction purposes, or does it?
Let me see.
These don't actually care about good aligned. do they count as lawful? I guess is what's more, or cold iron.
No. It's
Oh.
just
Is
let
your
me see, it's
is your enhancement bonus +3 or better?
no, I just have a +1.
Okay, so they do have some DR versus this then.
Mhm.
Okay, but it looks like you do a lot of damage to it. It even though it's still partially like in its kind of rock form, it
Yeah.
you can see it bleeding like a strange like sizzling kind of acid. Um, but yeah, and you see there's like a lot of it dripping out onto the ground below it.
All right.
Pop out the combat tracker. All right, Shazra, it's your first actual turn in combat.
My first action. I don't know how I can follow up like instantly defeating 2 of them.
Oh, during this time, it treats
Well, I know how. Just instantly
it's
defeat
treated
the
as
other
good
2.
for the purpose of overcoming damage reduction.
Well, unfortunately, like I said,
Yeah.
the alignment doesn't actually matter. These lawful
Yeah.
alignments that you need to get through their DR.
Okay. That was just. Jeez.
But cold iron also works if you have that, or
Just not feeling my mojo today.
Or a +4
I
enhancement.
got turned down for a
Yeah.
fight. Billy's more effective in combat than me right now. It's weird. Like
It was
it's
a
like Twilight
very
Zone.
convenient situation. I'll say that.
So can I move here and would I be in range of this thing?
yes, it's gripped to the wall, just like in that chasm. But yeah, it's big enough that you can reach,
Okay.
you can reach it.
Then I'd like to move there. I'll spend a point for my arcane. And I'm going, since I can't use energy damage or keen on this weapon, I'm going to give it just the +5 bonus basically. And then the 1 kind of goes nowhere. I'm assuming they have more than 5 resistance to fire, so wouldn't be worth it to put it on there.
Yeah, they have 10 fire resistance. So.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna, I guess I'll make this keen just for shits and giggles, but I know they can't be critical. And I'm gonna spell combat with arcane mark just to get the extra attack.
Is arcane mark a touch attack or rain whatever?
Yeah, it's a touch attack.
It's a touch,
Oh,
so
okay. I didn't
it
know
just
that.
lets me spell strike it.
I thought arcane mark was like I'm just riding on something.
I mean, that's sort of what it is, but
It is.
it's
a touch attack.
technically labeled as a touch attack, so
I see. So you can use it.
you can
It's
use
like
it as
my
a
acid
minus.
splash.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I did
It's
it.
the easy way to just get like an extra attack.
Yeah.
Like acid splash when you played the
Archer Magus. Yeah.
So I can't
see.
critical, but I assume that
critical.
hits.
The 31 does hit.
Okay. Take 17 from a +5 weapon. And then I'll do my arcane mark attack.
Okay. The 21 will unfortunately miss.
Okay, that's my turn.
On its turn, it oh, actually, no. This one had already taken its turn. Actually, the 21 does hit because this one actually had finished removing its stone. So the 21 actually hits. My bad. So yeah. Hold on, let's fix that. Let's start over on this. I just set its hit points to -34, which is not what I wanted to do. All right. So 17, and then 17 from that one, and then the 21 hits, and he takes 15 from that. Okay, and this other one that got shot by Razok finishes its transformation, but it is staggered as well. So that's its turn. All right, Billy, you're up again.
Oh boy. Lot to follow up on here. These things are like, looks like they're walking on tentacles. Is that accurate?
They don't exactly move around with the tentacles. They are more. They're almost like an ooze. They tend to. They actually kind of move like
Okay.
they move around as a blob.
Point is, trying to trip them probably not a great idea.
Probably not,
Probably
but
not.
Um.
It
Okay.
won't work well.
I mean, it kind of worked for knocking him off the cliff over here, though. Like, I mean, that technically wasn't a trip, but
I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cast Freedom of Movement on Vandir because he's close.
he has freedom,
And
extended
I
freedom
will
of movement.
extend it. Yeah. Which I think that trait is only for me, actually. Or is it always? Let me read. When you apply magic feats, it's one lower. So I can't. Yeah, I'll extend it as a full round on Vandir.
Okay, he has freedom of movement for
90 minutes.
90 minutes. Okay,
That's my turn.
Are you giving other people freedom of movement?
Yep.
Wow, so generous.
Well, these things are grabby, so it seemed like a good idea.
all right, E-foot.
I guess I'll start a bardic performance. And I don't think I really need to like cast much.
Oh yeah, Gonquil's with you guys too. He's not doing much, but he's there.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna do for now.
He's like Kraden and Golden Sun. He's just there with you. All right. E-foot starts a performance. All right, Vander. So you have freedom of movement and you have inspire courage.
Okay. Um. Is this like straddling the gap?
Kind of, yeah.
You can reach it if you're adjacent to it, is what I think the ruling was.
Yeah, no,
He's like not quite all the way up.
he's most of the way up on like kind of clinging to the wall there a little bit, but yeah, he's close enough to the top that you can reach him.
Okay. I have I don't have that much. Oh, I didn't confirm my vote.
Okay, is that with acrobatics?
They
They have 10-foot reach, so
Sure, yeah.
okay. All right, no AOO. You beat their CMD.
All right, I'm gonna do my single attack here. This doing a power attack because I have a negative level. Thing.
You can power attack with negative level, or are you choosing not to because you don't want the? You already have penalties.
I have a penalty to strength.
Well, the negative level shouldn't penalize your strength, though.
Where's this?
Are you encumbered?
No. Why does it say I have 0 strength? Oh, I have conditions marked that I don't have anymore.
Okay.
There we go. That's better.
Dead condition.
No, no, it's probably from those waves that creature is
Oh,
doing.
yeah.
I think of the staggered or nauseous or something like that. Right, nauseous.
I think he fatigued some of you guys too. I think he's probably would have
Yeah.
removed that by now
Yeah.
from having. I mean, technically didn't have a duration, but it would have wore off if you resting for a short amount of time. Like
Yeah.
probably while you guys were wanding, Vander, I'd say that the fatigue can wear off. Okay, 22 will hit this guy. Let's see. You do have a +1 enhancement bonus. It's not cold iron or lawful though, right?
Right.
Okay, so there is some DR that applies to it. But it's not very much DR, and so most of it goes through. But it is still up. Okay, that one fell down the cliff. This one, though, you're standing next to is going to try to retaliate. He's going to do 2 claw attacks, or 2 tentacle attacks, rather, at Vander. Does he have... Oh, you know what? He's actually not. He's going to do 1 attack, but he's going to do a vital strike. Does a 21 hit Vander?
Yes.
Okay. So you take 9 damage. He also does try to grab you, but he doesn't know that you have freedom movement until he realizes that he's somehow unable to grab you. But you do take 9 damage.
Okay.
All right, Razok.
He's in the full round.
Oh wait, I said 9 damage, but I didn't actually roll the vital strike. Hold on, you're gonna take slightly more damage. Okay, it's just 2 more damage. His vital strike is not that great, but
Yeah, full round, the same one that I hit.
okay. But you do notice, since he only hit you with 1 tentacle, his other tentacles kind of curl in on himself to like shield himself better. Okay, 26 hits, 31 hits. That's actually enough to finish this other one off. You pepper it with some arrows, and it curls up on itself and falls down the chasm.
Noise.
Wow.
All right, Shazra, you're up. This one is standing before you. Looks like it has shielded itself with some of its tentacles, but is pretty badly injured. Matt, you there?
Yeah, sorry about that. I'm going to make a full attack with my arcane mark.
Okay.
We don't have haste on us, right? I can just click
No,
roll
you
for
do have it.
button.
You do have Inspire Courage, though.
Okay. Oh, I guess I shouldn't hit the haste button. It'll probably configure a +1 in there. I was like, I could just hit the haste button to simulate it.
I think it doesn't actually, and if it does, you can hover it to see if it did.
I'll just do it the way I have been doing it. That's fine. The potential crits, they do nothing.
It hits though.
Yeah. Then I've got a arcane mark attack coming in.
Okay. All right. Much as the other one does, you
A sweet,
between
sweet fire
yours
crit, damn it.
and Vander's slashes at it is enough to have caused it to also crumple or kind of shrivel in on itself and fall down into the abyss.
Nice.
And we are out of combat.
Darn it. No loot again.
Mm.
Also true.
I'll take a rock as a souvenir. And otherwise, I guess we continue, but maybe be a little bit more, keep our eyes a little peeled for more baddies.
I mean, they better watch out for us.
All right. And go ahead and somebody roll me another percentage dice.
Oh,
I didn't get to use mine last time, so
Mhm.
I had to go fast this time.
All right. I'll use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back. But yeah, you guys continue on.
What was the 3? Was that the Valkyrie or was that this? I don't know.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if it was the Valkyrie, like, that just happened to be there because of the 3.
Mm-hmm.
So we're underground in a weird Grotus plane. Yep. No trace of Pedriarch yet. No idea what he was doing. We're just following a path. It seems a little hopeless. Trying to figure out what he was up to down here, out here.
All right, I'm back. Okay. So you guys continuing deeper into this. It seems like the entire time you guys are going, it does seem like you are descending deeper, lower elevations the whole way.
Yeah, this is really sus, but sure, let's keep going.
Sus.
Well, it's like we just came to this plane, we just followed a path. It's like we're hoping to find what Pedriarch was up to.
Yeah, how else are we going to figure
It
out what he's
seems
what
like,
he's doing?
what if he didn't follow the path?
What's your point?
What if we're on the wrong trail? How do we know? We haven't had any sign of Pedriarch.
Listen, the absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence.
Uh-huh.
Eventually, you guys get to another fork in the road. And once
Oh,
again,
dear.
there is a left and a right path.
I say we go I say we go left.
I will inspect it for how traveled it is. Just like Razak did, or Mallets did last time.
Razak.
Yeah, it was
Wait, why'd
Razak.
your thing say Malice in the bottom left?
Yeah, I haven't changed it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just never
I was like
updated
Razak.
this.
I'm like, it's Razak, but
It's
it
because
says Malice.
I think he technically has 2 PCs. I don't think I ever
Okay.
actually like
Mhm.
I always
unattached him
look to the
from
bottom
Malice.
left whenever I forget someone's character name, like
Yeah.
momentarily. I'm like, wait,
Yep.
who's who?
Razak.
Yeah, so I took a leaf out of your book and I'm inspecting the ground like you did.
I see what you did.
Wait, what did I do?
Because Malice was a plant person.
Oh, yeah, I totally did that on purpose. I'm so clever.
It doesn't seem like either of them particularly well traveled. And yeah, you're not really able to judge one of them as being more well traveled than the other.
Do we notice any difference between them? One like bigger, smaller, taller, uphill, downhill.
Well, they both seem to be downhill, but it does seem like the one to the left maybe goes like maybe at a little steeper rate, at least to start.
Okay. I follow Shazra, whichever way Shazra goes.
I think he was saying he wanted to go left.
Yep, we go left. We trust in left. Out left.
I mean, you know what they
I make
say:
a-
no man
I
left
make
behind.
at the intersection. I make a X in the ground,
Okay.
just to mark that we've been here, just in case it wraps around.
Perhaps an arcane mark would be useful too.
Why would I waste an arcane mark on the ground?
Isn't it a cantrip?
It is, but
Okay.
and I wouldn't be able to apply it as an attack.
Oh, can you not have multiple?
No, you can't have multiple. You can only have
Oh,
one.
okay, never mind.
I mean,
just
even if
marked
I
it.
could have multiple, I wouldn't
Yeah,
waste it on the ground.
yeah.
And
We'll use the
retroactively, I would
Razak
have done
method.
this. Retroactively, I probably would have done the same thing at the other one too.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, survival instincts. I just thought of it though.
Okay, we go left.
All right. So as you're continuing on, you eventually it does feel like it's starting to flatten out, but you notice as well that like your ears are kind of like you're feeling that there seems to be like more pressure, which would make sense from going down like deeper elevation. But yeah, you have like a kind of a thing about like kind of your ears popping from a change in pressure happening.
Man, we're going down fast. You're gonna reach the
Oh,
moon's core soon.
Maybe. Yeah, no,
And getting hot.
it's a very strange like feeling because like it you know, you're going down normally like fine, but you get to a point where like you where like there just feels like an abnormal like change in it though.
Well, we're entering a moon god, basically. So I'm guessing there's some shit that happens when you get deeper into them. Yeah.
Pluto, is
Hmm?
all the weight of this atmosphere on me inhibiting my movement in any way?
Of course not.
Okay, perfect. 'Cause I
Why
have
would
freedom
it?
of movement.
You have freedom of movement.
Yeah.
that was the joke.
What if he said it was?
That'd be like, but what about freedom of movement?
Yeah, and then I'm like,
What if he
it
took it into
still
account?
does.
Yeah.
Oh. I hope we go underwater. So I can attack normally with my slashing weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it helps with that. That's for sure.
I've definitely
with
used
when
that.
you're a rabbit.
Used that.
It's like the
Strange
best
odds.
conventional use for that spell. Underwater.
Yeah.
Life
Combat.
bubble, and freedom of movement.
Well, if you can hold your breath long enough, then that's fine. Just as long as you can move and attack without any
I just
trouble.
like in Strange Aeons, I was like all underwater, and those are the two spells that I cast on everybody.
Yeah.
So Pluto, when this weird change in atmospheric pressure, whatever happens, I want to detect magic around us, and I'm sure I'm going to get like all sorts of demi-plane magic, but do I notice any like local magic, like right where the pressure change happened? Any magic aura?
No, I don't think you would.
Okay. That's all.
Yeah, you notice that. You also notice that, sort of similar to when you were in that cavernous room, it does seem like the whispering seems to have picked up again.
Woo!
Do you guys just continue moving forward then?
If nothing
Sure.
stands out to us, then I don't see
Other
why
than the
not.
weird
Other than what I
atmospheric
just described.
stuff, yeah.
Listen,
I mean, there's
that's
no like,
just danger greeting us.
there's no detect magic, so I can't like knowledge arcana, right? So, can I knowledge planes maybe? Like what this weird atmospheric changes?
Knowledge planes or knowledge arcana, sure.
I mean, we're planar adapted anyway, so
Yeah, I'm just like wondering what's going on. It's strange.
It does almost seem that you are perhaps technically entering a separate demiplane at this point.
Oh, okay.
But
It's the plane within the plane.
yeah, it's not it's not quite the same thing as being in a different demiplane. You do think it's different enough that you could theoretically like it theoretically might have its own tuning fork separate from the rest of where you've been before. For example, the plane shift here.
Okay, so if we want to come back, we can plane shift specifically here, perhaps.
yeah, you would need a focus or something.
Yes.
Oh, right, you need tuning fork, like Pluto said. Yeah.
Yeah.
If only we had one of those.
But is anyone else worried about the pressure?
Nah, I work well under pressure.
Okay, good.
I don't
I
feel
mean, I'm
anything.
kind of worried about the pressure because I feel like it could like, throw off my nimbleness.
Well, you don't because you have freedom of movement on you.
Oh yeah, true.
So at
Mhm.
least for now, it's not affecting you.
Fair enough.
Sorry, I really wanted to say that. I tried to trap Pluto a second ago, and he didn't fall for it. I guess we continue then. Doesn't sound like anyone really objects.
I want to get to the bottom of this.
Literally.
Yeah, wherever it is that we're going.
All right, we continue and see what happens. Surely nothing bad.
No one found out what an ancient dragon's machinations were by not pushing forward.
Well, we had that dream, and that wasn't strictly pushing forward.
Yeah, but we haven't found out what he's coming here for.
Yeah. But it was
Alright.
like, I didn't plan for this. I thought they would have
You-
turned around by now.
No, I figured you'd keep going. As you are moving, the it starts to like kind of like the path you're on kind of starts to open up, and you find yourself entering into a very large cavernous area, like so large that you can't actually see the other side of this room that you're in, if it even could be called a room at this point.
Man, this is Cavernception. That's the
Um,
demi-plane we're in.
as you're moving into it as well, you notice is that the moment you kind of like step into it, very quickly the atmosphere kind of feels oppressive and thick.
Oh.
There's no actual like physical impediment, but like you can still feel it.
It feels like the weight of a deity before us.
Perhaps. You also notice a very like there's almost like a thrum, like a beat that you feel kind of vibrating through the floor as you're walking in.
Guys, I don't like this.
What's this with our feet?
We feel a
You're
beating
feeling like you almost
drum.
feel like a thrumming, like a thrumming beat kind of.
Hmm. Well, that's different.
I,
A
all my
thrumming
bunny
beat.
senses are telling me that
Mhm.
we are.
Like a vibration kind of that you're feeling in your feet.
Like it's coming from somewhere close by or what?
Yeah, you're not sure. You feel it kind of in the ground, and as you're moving, like it's kind of the further you move towards the center of this, or presumably the center, the more you feel it.
Is it like a heartbeat or something?
Maybe, yeah, it kind of reminds you of one, perhaps.
Huh.
Oh my god. We're going to enter the presence of a deity. I feel like. I don't know what being in the presence of a god is like, but I think we're not far off. I guess we keep going.
I want to keep going.
My curious bunny mind wants me to keep going.
All right. You continue on. You don't get too much further though. When someone appears ahead of you, they almost seem to emerge from the ground. Like you kind of, it's almost like he was lying there and just like springs up standing. It's a featureless form and appears to be perhaps a human in a gray cloak, a hooded gray cloak. And a voice kind of, it seems like it maybe comes from him, but is echoing all around you. And it says, "Halt."
Does it have a weapon?
No weapon.
I will halt.
Does anybody not halt?
I pause my walking.
Okay.
Same.
But I do ask, who are you?
The voice simply states, "You should not be here."
No, I think you're right. We probably shouldn't be, but you see, we're trying to
Well, why
figure out
should
what happened
you?
to this dragon, this Pedriarch dragon. He was here, I think.
That's true. We are looking for a dragon.
No one is here yet. It is too early.
Too early for what?
The end times.
And the figure gestures towards the party,
Mhm.
and you find yourself back outside the Doomsday Door.
But back in the material plane?
You're back on the material plane.
Or so we
you-
think.
You maybe feel a little disoriented, but yes, you find yourself like you have this kind of feeling of vertigo for a brief moment, and you shake it away, and you realize you're standing back before the Doomsday Door.
Could I spellcraft the spell that he just cast?
You can roll
Assuming
spellcraft.
assuming that he cast.
Well, technically, you'd have to cast something because you can't break the freedom of movement. You can't forcibly.
Oh, freedom movement doesn't prevent like force teleports.
Oh,
You
I don't
think
think.
you maybe were affected by something similar to a dismissal or banishment.
Okay.
Hmm.
That is okay. That could have gone a lot worse. We learned a lot there. We're too early.
no, we just went down the wrong path.
Maybe.
Gonquil says,
Who
I
is
think that
that?
might have been Grotus.
That's what I think. I think that was
Grotus.
Grotus. He meant too early for the end times, I assume.
Yeah, but we didn't find Pedriarch or any evidence of him. I look at the
True.
Doomsday doors.
It's
We've got to
still
go
cracked
back in
open.
there.
Maybe he did the same thing to Patriarch.
Well, it did look
He
like
said
in
9.
it did look like in the
Well, aside from going
in the
down into the darkness,
Mm.
there was there any other path?
there were a
There
couple. I
were
mean, you guys took
other
two.
paths
There were two
while we
forks that
were
you guys took on there,
descending.
but it did appear that there were other paths that led into that cavern you got in there. So it's possible that they ended up just being alternate routes to the same place.
But there were no paths to anywhere else.
Not that you saw, but
Oh.
I mean, you guys were kind of just guessing as you once you guys were underground, there was no more like clear path. You guys kind of just guessed the rest of the way.
Oh.
This is disconcerting.
I mean, I think we witnessed something that very few beings have ever witnessed.
Yeah, but it doesn't help us get any
But
closer
you're
to
right, it doesn't help
solving
us.
Pedriarchs.
I mean, I mentioned Pedriarch to Grotus or to, the being that we think might have been Grotus, and he didn't respond or say anything to it, so I think it's unrelated. I think it's just if you go into the realm of Grotus to his, demi
Yeah, but
plane
Grotus is a
chamber of
mad
end
god.
times.
I don't think he'd be helpful even if he knew who Pedriarch was.
Right. No, I'm just saying, like, I think we just walked in there, but that's not why Pedriarch was there. I think he
It's
was doing
also
something separate.
he might have had some way to avoid having Grotus notice him or expel him, though.
Yeah, we knew about that, right? There's some like spell that prevents him from being dismissed from the plane, like
It wasn't a
having
spell,
the
actually.
weapon, having
It was
the god weapon.
having a properly constructed Divinity Bane weapon also protects you from that.
Yeah, that's right.
You guys have like some imperfect ones that they have like the Bane property, but they're not the full thing that like Brugal
Yeah.
had, for example, where it counted as like a
Okay.
+5 weapon.
I mean it's really interesting. I don't know where to go from here then.
I feel like we gotta go back in.
I feel like we do because I mean we didn't get any answers other than it's too early for Grotus's end time thing.
Well, we gotta do it now while we still have our.
Yeah, we still have buffs.
Yeah.
You have the planar adaptation spell for another like 7 or 8 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we go back in. I'll see what Gonquil thinks.
We're going back in.
Do you think that's like he agrees? Like the two events seem unrelated. Pedriarch and what we think is Grotus dismissing us from his plane. To me, that's
Gonkel
unrelated.
says I don't think they're related, but I don't see why it would go any differently. I feel like we'd get to the same point and he would just send us back here again.
But there's
Well,
no
I
other
don't think we're
path we
planning
could've
on
taken.
going to the same. Like we don't even need to go to Grotus's inner demi plane.
Yeah, but I feel like if we go down there, it would inevitably take us there, probably no matter what path we.
Oh, right, because there were no other paths on the surface. Like before
I
we got
mean,
to the
we
half
could
moon.
wander the away from the path and see what else there is to find on the plane, I suppose. But I don't feel like we have much direction doing that.
Yeah, neither do I.
Yeah. So other than just blindly wandering Grotus's outer plane, where do we even go from here? What other leads do we have? I mean, we could get one of those Divinity Bane weapons, and he can't dismiss us. But
Yeah,
then he's
but
just gonna kill us.
trying to. We're not trying to
So
be
yeah.
a god or do his dirty work.
No, but maybe we need one of those weapons still,
For what?
so that we can figure out what he's doing down there.
Who, Grotus or Pedriarch? You mean?
Pedriarch.
Oh,
We
I
can't
mean-
go all the way. He probably had the weapon.
So
when we
you
went there.
think
Sure,
our
but even-
answers lie down there? We're just not equipped.
but even if we,
That's what Gonkel is saying. Yeah,
but even if we
his
have
opinion.
the weapon, isn't Grotus just gonna murder us if he can't dismiss us? He's like some mad
That-
god.
Could happen. That's true. But
I guess he didn't murder Pedriarch. If Pedriarch went there,
right, that's true. I mean, perhaps he never even. Maybe he didn't even go that far.
yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Like, I don't know. Is there any like, if we're in the plane, is there like some ritual we can perform to like see what Pedriarch did while
Oh
in
yeah,
that plane?
I could do a. I could perhaps do another. I'm not quite as good at doing it as Shazra's uncle, but I could perform that same. The
But we can
retrocognition
help.
ritual.
I think we should get to that inner plane again where like the air got thick and heavy, and then perform the ritual in there to try and see if Pedriarch was ever there, and if so, like if we can get a glimpse of what he was doing.
Perhaps, and
Or get a +5 weapon first and then do that. The God Slayer weapon.
But
It
these
might-
like these weapons though, we don't know how to finish like completing them.
no, but he's made several at least. We know
Pedriarch has, yeah.
we know he was working on making more of them in that forge that we stumbled upon, right? Or that you guys visited.
Are you saying we should go back there?
Either going back to the forge or trying to find someone he would have given them to. Perhaps one of the higher ups in the Pure Legion.
I mean, let me tell you, I took very good notes in this campaign. I think we should go pay a visit to Karsakin.
Yeah, he's the head
leader of the Pure Legion.
He's the head of the Pure Legion.
Yeah.
If anybody would have one, there's a good chance it would be him, right?
I mean,
So we're looking to
one does not simply go to the
take his weapons.
headquarters of the Pure Legion and steal his weapon, but you know.
I don't even think he's at the headquarters of Pure Legion, right? There was just an election that he was involved with. He's probably in the capital.
Sure. Let's go to the capital then.
So that's what we're looking to do, is to take Karsakin's weapon.
If he has one.
That's one option, like I said, or the other option you guys
Is just
somebody
go in and
threw
do
out
the
is
ritual.
go to one of the forges. Yeah, you guys could do that as well. You could go back in and go to the ritual. I guess I need to know what you guys want to do next session.
Or
'cause
go to the forge.
We're probably gonna be wrapping it up here soon.
I'd say
try
go
to
in,
One
go
from
in, do the
Karsakin.
ritual.
You could do the ritual first, while you guys have the planar adaption, and then
Yeah.
go from there.
that's what
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
gonna
I
say.
think we should do that, I guess. Even though
Or at least
I guess
attempt to.
I guess if
It
we
could
want
not
to
have
leave,
not
we
worked.
can just
The ritual
just
takes a long
go
time to
further
do.
and be like, "Hey, we're back," and then hope they dismiss us and not kill us again. Yeah.
Yeah, like, is there a limit to Crotus's patience? Somebody's like, I've had enough of you. You keep
I guess we could just turn around and go back, walk back.
Crotus is like, you keep interrupting my Minecraft session.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make it to the far lands. That's once I get there, then the world will end.
As much as I like the idea of fighting Karsakine, the leader of the Pure Legion, I don't know if we need to fight that many people.
Well, Karsakin is, we think, in the capital for the election,
Right.
not
But, I
in
mean,
like
there's probably
the
a
big.
lot of people there.
Yeah, you could try still. You could
Sure.
still go to like headquarters, assuming and Karsakin probably won't be there. So maybe now's the time to strike there. The other option somebody mentioned, you could try to get back to the forge.
Yeah, the Forge.
Remind me of this forge. I don't remember.
So the forge, if you remember, there's like a
Volcano.
yeah, it was basically there were a bunch of portals on by Snakeblade that led into a demiplane. It was the same network of it's actually like a network of demiplanes almost that you guys kind of explored back in the
This is
previous
right at
campaign.
the beginning of the game.
Yeah, and this campaign was at the beginning of the campaign. In the last
It was
campaign,
the
it
end
was close to the
campaign.
end, but
It had like the mine carts and things
yes,
where they would put the
exactly.
ore.
So there were a bunch that led to different places where they were getting ore, a bunch of like portals that led to the places that were like mostly on the plane of Earth, that they would get this from. And there was also one that you guys went to that was a forge. And the first time you went there, I think it was like empty. Or maybe I can't remember. It was either empty or there were like some what are they called?
There's some
Azers. They were like Azers.
Yeah.
There might have been some Azers there. But later you guys went there. There was actually like an Afridi like smith there, like
The
a
smith
Afridi
who we could
blacksmith.
have like perhaps freed, but we didn't.
No, I think you're
Think-
thinking of a different campaign.
Oh,
You're thinking of
okay.
the one in Shattered Star, and this one, well, I don't know, maybe you could have, but like, really, I think you guys ended up just not fighting her. Like, you guys wisely were like, we're still level 2 right now or something, and we don't want to fight an Afridi. Now, you guys probably could take one Afridi. Like, you guys are high enough level at this point, you probably could fight one. But back then, you guys were much weaker, and I think you guys managed to like she was pretty pissed off at you guys because you killed one of her Azers.
Yeah.
But she let you off with a warning, basically.
I like the idea of fighting the Efreet lady.
Okay. Yeah, because also there's
Yeah.
perhaps like a more collection of weapons there rather than just maybe Karsakin has one and maybe it's one that people want to use. Or we could find like 5.
Efreet
the
are
forge.
also quite striking in appearance. I wouldn't mind seeing her again.
Oh yeah.
Right. You're saying they're hot?
She has red skin. She has horns. Yeah, they're like close to devils.
They're also
Okay.
very lawful.
Yes, they know things. They know how to make deals and stuff like that.
Do we want to do the ritual first or do we want to just go to the forge?
That makes me curious. If Billy saw a female bunny, would he think it's hot? Or a male
No.
bunny? I don't know which way you swing.
No.
No, you're not
I'm
into
merely
bunnies.
transfigured into this form,
Yeah.
so like my
What
physical.
if she looked like a bunny?
You look like Lola Bunny.
See? Pause.
He's like, I have to think about that.
I don't know.
What if you look like Bugs Bunny?
I think Billy is not interested in romantic encounters right now, being transformed from his real form into a bunny. That's kind of the last thing on his mind.
Uh-huh.
No worries.
So do we want to do the ritual in the Grotus plane first, or do we want to just go straight to
Sure.
the forge?
We can do that first, and then go to the forge.
If I had
There's
to
only
actually
one
walk myself,
character.
I probably wouldn't. But since it's just in a game, I would.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, no, there's only one character I think in any of our groups that has ever actually been like, oh yeah, like I would like I'd get down with that character, and that's been Secret's Paladin Himbo,
Oh yeah, freedom.
which was
Yeah.
really fun.
I miss freedom.
I missed that campaign.
He
Yeah.
seduced the fucking Chilaxian dude in the
Yeah.
forge.
Yeah, that was so good.
Sexy man with muscles. I had to.
I was like, all right.
He's probably pretty cross with Freedom though, because we
oh,
Yeah,
man.
we
whoopsies.
kind of lured him away from the fort and then
Yeah.
I mean, I
destroyed it.
saved him. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn it, betrayed by this sexy man.
Yes.
So, I guess we're gonna do the ritual, then we're gonna go to the forge. That's
Okay.
the plan.
Well, like I said, I'm gonna kind of call it a early session.
Yep.
But that's what'll
Is
prepare
the
for us
ritual
next time.
successful, or are we gonna do that next weekend?
Oh, that'll be next week. Well,
Okay.
because you're gonna have to trek back through there again as well, so there might be more.
But if we go now, there might not be any enemies.
Well, we are.
If we get Pluto time to prep, then there might be
DM's
enemies.
just gonna be like, and pause.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're definitely there'll
I'm
definitely be more
joking.
encounters on the way back down there again. So
But we just cleared it.
that's right. The random
Yeah, but
encounters respawn.
I have to somehow get
Yeah.
at this Valkyrie.
They
again.
get past Zedirium's.
Yeah, you might run into the Valkyrie again.
That not only that, but Grotus
Yeah,
summoned
but I have nothing
other
to
things
show.
to block the entrances, so we have enemies to fight through.
Yeah, he put.
Maybe if I showed up with a hot Afridi girlfriend, the Valkyrie would pay more attention to me.
Oh.
Maybe.
That's how it works. Whenever you have it's really hard to find like a nemesis to fight, but once you have a nemesis to fight, like all the other nemesis,
Exactly.
they all of a sudden now
They all
want
want to get in on
Yeah.
that.
It's like they can
Once
sense
you're
it.
taken, that makes you infinitely hotter.
Yes. We're still talking about people that want to fight you
Combat.
and like
Yeah,
nemesis.
we're combat sexual here.
yeah, we're still talking about people wanting to be your nemesis, right? All right. So yeah, sorry it was a little bit of a short session, but
Okay.
No, it's fine.
yeah.
I had a great time. It was very.
You better believe this is a sword
intriguing.
in my pocket.
Oh my.
Oh yeah.
XP.
Go ahead and I gave you some XP for the earlier encounter as well, but go ahead and actually give yourself enough XP to go to level 10.
Oh.
We survived a god.
Yeah, that's worth a lot of experience. Also, I didn't give you XP for, not getting killed
So
by
we're
a
at
Valkyrie.
105,000 then. That's 20,000.
Yeah.
XP
Just set
-ish.
yourself the exact amount you need for level 10. We're sort of getting to the point where I'm just doing milestone leveling, I guess, but
That's fine.
It's not quite level up every session. We haven't hit that point
oh,
yet.
I don't think I'll ever do that, but
we are leveling, so now you're giving me things to think about.
Yeah, actually, this is good because now I can use the rest of our session time for the level.
oh yeah,
up.
there we go. That all planned.
Yeah, I thought that's why you said it. It's like, oh well, they can level up for the rest
Level
of the time.
10 is kind of important.
What am I? I'm a psychic.
Because I get a 4th level spell now. I get...
Psychic is fun.
I can't
by the way.
modify
Would
my
recommend.
experience.
I'll set it for you, I guess.
I hate that fighter training though. Is like your a fighter level is equivalent to your Magus level, like -4 or 6.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I mean, you get something at least, but yeah, it's not.
It's not
great.
much. It's not very usable because they don't give me any feats at this level either. So it'd be different if I could go to take like weapon specialization or like a fighter like requisite thing, but it's just that.
Yeah, it's supposedly a level 10 ability, so that way they can give you an ability every level, but really it's a level 11 ability.
Yeah.
It's a level 11 ability in disguise.
Yeah, I don't have to hit much to level up, so I'll just
Let's
do it
see.
next session. I'm gonna go eat dinner.
Yeah, the real main thing you get is the level 4 spells.
Level 4 spells are good, but I can choose that like basically whenever.
I get basically nothing.
I
for
guess
the
all your saves and BAB go up.
Yeah,
Actually,
those
not
all
all
go
your
up.
can
Those
do.
are just numbered.
Reflex doesn't, but your other two do.
I don't
So-
even get a feat. What do I get?
What does Psychic get?
I get 5th level
Uh,
spells, but no,
Yeah.
no other abilities.
I'm gonna do
or
my
anything.
level up like next session, so maybe have
Okay.
Yeah,
the
me too.
game open early
Oh,
or
I
something.
almost always have it open a half hour before
Okay.
session starts. I probably will even earlier than that because, like I said, I'm planning to request that Thursday off with vacation,
Oh, okay.
so I'll be home all day if everything goes how I want it to, which should be
Mm.
no problem. I have like over 2 weeks of vacation right now, so
Ah,
it should be no problem. Get one random day in the middle of the week off, or at the very least, if I can't get it off, I'm gonna tell them I need to leave early. At least like leave at noon or something. Instead of taking a lunch, just go home.
Let's see. I get a discipline spell. Wait, did I miss my discipline spell at 8th level?
I have no idea. Maybe. Yeah, that's the main thing you really you get your level 5 spells, huh?
Am I missing stuff? I'm confused.
Unless your archetype traded away the discipline spells, it might have, right?
Oh, because
The druid
because
spells.
I get the druid spells. Like I get to pick a druid spell instead of that.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, so you probably just get to do that.
So I get a
instead.
5th level druid spell. Yeah,
Yeah.
which is pretty good. Not
I
gonna
don't know.
lie.
What are you gonna take?
This replaces
What
discipline
5th
spells.
level
Yeah.
druid spell are you thinking about?
I have no idea. I haven't even opened it yet.
Ah,
I only played druid once at the end of Mantis's campaign, so
Oh
I'm
yeah,
not
that's
too
right.
familiar.
I don't remember that guy's name, but he was like
That elf boy.
he was like an elf prince or something kind of.
Yeah. I don't
Eh,
remember his name
So
either.
I just hit a level 4 war priest. How does the the sacred weapon enhancement, like sacred weapon, and then the enhancement that I can choose? I have to have the ability to do that many enhancements, right? For like the special abilities to put on.
I'm talking about things like
Yeah.
flaming or
Yeah.
So it's
So-
I
like
have to have.
whatever.
Enough. Fight.
Yeah, so like say you can get like +2 with it, you could add like a +1 ability and a +1 bonus.
Yeah.
But your
If-
weapon, like you can't have those abilities if your weapon isn't a +1 at least to begin with.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if you already have a +1 weapon, you can just go
Then
straight
you
ahead
just
to
subtract
applying
ability
the
cost.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then any
But
leftover you
it-
can just add as
But
bonus.
depending
Up to
on
5.
depending on the enhancement, I have to have, like, I can't put brilliant energy at level
Right,
like
it's the cost
yeah,
of that
of that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
ability. Yeah.
All right.
Is
Well,
that-
that's nice because I have a +1 weapon, so I could start using like flaming frost or shit like that.
Sure. Yep.
Nice. That was kind of where I've been waiting to get to as a war priest. That I might spec back into ranger a little.